Good evening, good people, and welcome back for Game 2 this evening on Speed Gaming Prime for the Final Fantasy Randomizer Spring Tournament 2022, the Kraken Games. We have BurtReynoldz versus Deadpulse tonight. This is Game 2 of the series. Deadpulse is up 1-0. I am Saracen. You already knew that because I've been here for like 2 hours already. I am joined in the booth now by Solar Axis. Solar, how you doing, man?
I am doing great, and after talking to the players beforehand, I cannot wait to see what happens tonight.
Also, we have JLo in the booth for our tracking needs, which always appreciate that. Got to keep us honest. So tonight we have a 4-force. I mean, y'all seeing what we seeing. So our black belts have Thor Hammer and +5 luck, -10 vitality. White mages, Black Shirt and +15 luck, -10 vitality. Black mage, Thief Swords, +2 level 1 MP, -15 agility. It's a fabulous time. So, as everybody's been saying, yep, we got a black belt grind at some point in this seed.
So that means they're also going to have to go searching for a good grind spot, which is not always easy.
I mean, that all depends. Like, sometimes you just sort of fall into it, like, oh, well, I was going to check the Hall of Giants anyway, and there's my eye tile. But the Desert Grind's still a very popular location because of how dense the checks for that are. We'll just see if the encounter table decides to cooperate with that. So the gate has been dropped. We are working through the delay here, but we should see the runners going in probably about 30 to 40 seconds. All right, here we go. Life and Wall, level 1. Both good spells.
Nuke! Nuke with our +2 MP charges for those black mage. Ooh,
Oh, heck yeah. Cloth +4. Legit armor. This is, like, the best thing you can see in your armor shop at low levels. So that is 9 absorb for 4 gold. You buy that for everybody. Our random starting items giving us a whopping 2/10 and nothing else. That's a little sad to see.
Definitely going to want to make a shopping trip after this Garland kill.
Yep. Okay. Garland down on Deadpulse's side. Folks, we see little bit of stuttering here on Deadpulse's side. I've already reached out to our wonderful helpers at Speed Gaming to see if we can get some fixes to that. We get a ship out of the king. And a crystal from the princess. So, you know, nice proximate checks. I feel like we checked Bicky before we go to... Oh, I guess Deadpulse has proven me a liar already.
Well, I mean, with the boat, makes pretty fast travel, so no reason not to hit Matoya while you're in the area.
I just kind of like Matoya on the way back, but it makes sense if you find something good here. Oh, we get the key. That's kind of nice this early on. Worthless iron armor, some money, worthless iron shield.
And Bert and his little duckling are going to go check out Bicky for us.
I love this pirate palette. That's fantastic. It's kind of interesting. It sort of gave me a little bit of vibes like Shredder from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Getting our canal from Bicky. That's nice.
We're going to have a lot of open exploration available to us very early.
Life 2 and Exit. And Ruse. This is a loaded level 2 for white.
And nothing to write home about for Black Magic.
Yeah, Ice 2, I guess. For when you run out of your extra level 1 magic slots.
So interesting point to bring up. I did ask Bert before the game what his biggest strength was that he could use to try to get an upset in this game too, to try to even it up. And he actually told me that he was probably going to go for more risky plays this time. He's usually a pretty safe player, but wants to really try to get the win in this 1v1 where his safe plays don't always work out the best.
You know, it's funny. I don't really associate Bert with safe plays, but I totally get that. All right, Deadpulse giving us our first check of the armory here. Emperor Axe. Ooh, baby.
Temper, wall, key. Where's our loot? It's time for go mode already.
One downside that we have here is the housing market a little bit spendier. We're seeing the 1,700 gold houses, which, you know, we'll say that's early 2000s era, I think.
It's definitely not the worst price I've seen in these flag sets, but it's not the dream of like the sub 1,000 houses.
That was a very destitute elf closet there.
Well, you know, the prince has been sleeping for a while. The help's starting to take things where they can.
Fire 3 and Lock at level 3 black. Cure 4, Heal 3 for level 3 white. So if only we had some offense, you know? Like,
I mean, we've got lots of charges of new.
yeah.
That'll carry us at least through Volcano.
Bert is checking the Toph locked, which I respect, honestly. First off, you get the tile check, which is nice, but it's 3 chests that you might not see people take right away. Now, the glare, that part, not so great. But if this is one of your loose, that's a real issue. And if it's an important loose, like if it's the canoe.
Or if it's a Masa, then you've got your offense.
That's true. I mean, 37,000 gold's pretty decent, too. Like, that'll carry you for the rest of the seed.
Yeah, he can buy a neighborhood now.
Yeah, absolutely. One little subdevelopment of housing right there. Deadpulse heading over in the direction of Crescent. I appreciate that play. Marsh just kind of sucks. Nobody likes Marsh. Luffy can back me up. This, we just talked about how much Marsh was terrible last seed. All right, we get the rod from the sages, so we now have access to the incentive in Earth. Burt really leaning into the... Oh, there's a loose canoe in the dwarf cave. In that first box, that's a big deal. So this could be a fairly significant delay for Deadpulse. Canoe does lock away a fair bit of content, but you could be diving down through... Oh, and second loose tail. That's not great, but it's good to know. You've eliminated the possibility at this point of running into volcano and sea and having to check everything.
And if Deadpulse doesn't come back around, we could see Burt getting to Waterfall and Ordeals quicker than he will.
Rip Katana +4. That is not helpful. Unrunnable Giant on this tile. Not so great. We'll take the experience, I guess. And unrunnable Mage tile.
It's Silence Touch.
Yeah, always lovely.
I mean, when you are 3 mage heavy, it could be a problem.
Burt was trying to get rid of that white mage and get some experience and, just keep the mute touch away from the black mage. And the mages decided no. We're going all in. Okay, where is Burt headed? Is this an Ordeals play? He's headed to Sages via Elfland. He's gonna pick up his magic and he's gonna get out of here. Alright, what does the Hall of Giants have for us today? We've got unrunnable wizards. Pass. With Slep.
I see both of our racers are going to be burning a lot of those life charges early on the black belt.
And that's a worthless tile behind it, too. We had the herb for sale in Elfland, which is just a little cruel, right? Like, nah, boss, you don't get to wake up. I am really liking the position that Burt's found himself in this seed. Alright, Deadpulse working his way down Earth 2. Believe in the nuke is what I'm hearing from these from this play on Deadpulse's side. Burt is going to head over to Marsh, meanwhile. That was cremate. Was it Gerwolves that had the cremate?
I'm not sure. I've been looking over at Bert's screen a little bit more because I'm seeing the position he's in, and while it may look like Deadpulse is out of the gate and running, you know, theoretically, BurtReynoldz, if he finishes this Marsh Cave quick, could have like a 3 to 4 item lead over Deadpulse, and that's just more information. And it's looking like he's in a really good position right now.
Yeah, and I mean, this early in the seed, it's hard to tell. If Earth suddenly gets rude for Dead Pulse, does he turn around and head out and find the progression? It, speaking of,
Well, and what if you get down there to Earth Cave instead of and it's a rooster? Meanwhile, Bert has all this extra information. Like the RNG could be really playing in his favor right now.
gargoyles on the wizard spike. I actually approve of that. We get a cube out of Marsh. Not immediately helpful, but we do need it. Clustro, with the Final Fantasy randomizer races, yes, both players have the same seed. We just change seed between different races.
And yes, Falconic, Bert did skip the top right chest in Marsh because he's already found both loose items, so he only needs to check incentivized chest really at this point. You're not really going to be looking for any gear for your black belt other than maybe hoping you find a ribbon along the way. So it's really
Well,
more important that he gets those incentives right away.
level 6 black magic alert, by the way. Bane fast. The whole level was. I think warp was in there. Like it was real big spell level.
It's also a really expensive spell level.
The loose were the canoe and the tail, both into dwarf. Herb was the vendor item. Alright, Deadpulse back down into Lich's armory. Finds an Invis 2 sword. That's a big find. Gold +2, also good. But we have not found our incentive item yet. Bert also headed in the direction of Earth.
And Bert's going to find the disappointment of the optional tiles here.
You know what? It's okay. Just that one fight right there. As long as he can take out this encounter, he's going to be better off for it. He needed the experience before jumping the full way down. Alright, some more money in Lich's bedroom, and there's our ruby. And a confuse gauntlet so that we have a little bit of an easier time with carry. Now, I don't think we're going to see carry until these runners are ready to go to, just clear out the place. Especially on Bert's side, since we know we don't need to check chests there. That is a Vorpal -3. we're resetting out of that. That's very smart. Burt just taking a couple extra encounters here before progressing on. Alright, we got a Lich 1 on Deadpulse's side at 18 minutes and 20 seconds. Let's go. We got walls, we got nukes. Lich swung at the black mage, or the black belt for paltry damage, and the low roll nuke coming out of the black mage. Rip black belt. Rip Lich. Okay. So Deadpulse is, I think, rapidly going to find himself forced to check the key locks, and will come across that canoe pretty quickly, unless he finds the Oxyale and decides to chase that down. I think you still check the key locks first, which will bring you to Dwarf and get you your canoe, but we'll see. We get a chime. But Deadpulse has not done Marsh yet either. So, if Deadpulse runs Marsh, we get the chance of going Sky, Sky, Sky. But we're starting to think about these key locks too. Or at least we're starting to think about chests in general, trying to hunt down these loops. Bird headed on down into Earth 2.
Well, level 5 magic.
Level 5 magic is a thing that exists, I guess. One thing I just want to point out real quick, like, both of these runners are extremely fast. They're both very, very good at their menu speed and all of that. Sometimes you see Deadpulse just, like, feels like a cut above when it comes to menuing speed. It's absolutely crazy.
Although slightly worrying that he's going south through Elfland and he's finding this herb. He might end up going looking for loose chests in Volcano at this rate.
He's gonna find the canoe before he gets to Volcano. So.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. I forgot about
that. And that means he's going to most likely have found both loose. I think the minute that you walk into Dwarf and you find the canoe, you're like, well, you know, I'm here anyway. Oats Pirate, I have not measured up between them, so, you know, I'm just saying what I see, and that is sometimes blazingly fast.
Well, and then there's me when I'm racing. I feel like I'm going fast. Then I watch the playback and I'm going, why are you so slow?
I've definitely been there. Alright, here's Deadpulse with the Marsh play to get that cube. Lackeys, I do you one better. I watch my playback at 1.5 because that is, or maybe at 2 times. No, I watch it at 2 times because man, I know I need to watch it that fast to get through it in a decent time. Okay, cockatrices have damage poison. Thanks, game.
Yes, jerk birds are definitely jerk birds.
Trans gargoyle packs. This Earth is looking worse and worse, and man, I don't like it. I don't like it at all. This looks like a sky play? Question mark? This is a sky play. Oh.
I mean, Nuke is strong, but is it that strong?
Well, so there's a lot of things that you can say about this. The first is you're getting the opportunity to get your grind going on because desert checks. And he certainly got the camping equipment to do it. That is not the encounter you're looking for. That is really not the encounter you're looking for. Okay. That's one quadrant down. Yeah, not so great.
What? Who doesn't like Tyro steaks?
You know, tyros are fine, usually, but just not quite, you know? So it's better when they're the first encounter, except for the stone part. The heck with this. We're going up. Burt skipping the Invis 2 sword on the way back through. I understand and respect that.
Well, all the low rolls on this blue D.
Okay. The worst possible news here for Deadpulse is the Oxyale or something that leads to it. The best news is TNT. What do we get?
Ruse staff.
Adamant. Okay, Adamant is acceptable. Adamant will do the job. We're leaving. We're not risking it. Perhaps Deadpulse saw the Sky Maze in the last race and was a little worried about that. Don't worry, I think it was a Danny that rolled it this time, not Hate. So, you know, Hate, I love you as a fellow member of Bubble Soda Company, but man, that Sky Maze. Alright, so Deadpulse is going to quickly pick up that canoe and the tail and know that there are no more loose to worry about. This is assuming that Deadpulse can walk out of this desert. Slept ghouls. Glance sahags. Oh, good.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of things petrifying that black belt in the first slot so far.
I live about 30 minutes away from Deadpulse, and I think I just heard some noises from his direction in regards to that canoe. All right, we are going to check the locked and find the tail as well. Okay. You get a crown for the adamant. You know what? As far as things that the adamant can turn into, that does seem to be one of the more logical ones.
And at least it's close by.
Yeah.
I will say my favorite thing that Burt has done so far is move that white mage up to the first slot, because these black belts have been falling down on the job more than anybody.
Yeah. And you know, it's sort of the vestigial white mage. You don't really need two in this case. I would love if the Sahags hit that front slot white mage with the glance and turn that puppy into a statue. Save those life 2 and life 1 charges for later. All right, Burt headed to ice. No, maybe.
Nope, we're going to Volcano.
I understand it from a let's get checks out of the way standpoint. It's a little bit harder for me to understand. I guess less the checks. I mean, it's the spike tile checks, right? Giants and iguanas, not what you're looking for, even if they do look like fire giants and sarias, which would be a heck of a tile, let me tell you. Ursharks are decent experience. They're thick, though. So the crown turned into TNT, just to bring us back here, full circle. For the ruse stick. Okay. So that sky incentive is useful, but at the same time, like, it's a lot of steps for not a lot of reward. Deadpulse forgetting where he parked the boat. The black belt on Bert's side ended up stoned. I did not see what caused that, but that's an immediate nope to that tile. Ah, Brack Wizzahags. As expected, Canoe obtained. Deadpulse goes to Ordeals. Burt committing to a volcano play, which, I mean, we still have 2 spike tiles to check. We have a Confuse Gauntlet, which are... Yeah, the Confuse Gauntlet was in the same room as the Ruby, so he did pick that back up. So that was a boring tile for the Agamo section, and Dead Pulses through the maze to some rude Argoyles. Turns out the R stands for rude. We didn't know that before, we do know it now.
Ooh, I like the color palette on that carry there.
Yeah, that's good. Nice high roll nuke. Dark coming out from Carrie. Our good friend Kelly, as it were here. Deadpulse picks up a pro ring from the Ordeal's top left section.
Fire 2 from carry. That's a bit of a damage hit.
Mm-hmm. Black Belt with a decent swing there. And Carrie goes down to the nuke, so we have very shortly, assuming that Burt can make the 3 steps, yep, we have our second orb lit for Burt. It looks like that was Oxyale out of Ordeals. Deadpulse now going over to Waterfall, and we'll probably follow that up with some Kraken action.
So we had a vanilla adamant. Do we get a vanilla floater?
We shall see after this 8-pack of Caribs. Ugh. Quad X Hydras? Excuse me.
Yeah, we saw those earlier when Burt first left Sarda. He started to go into the canals up there and was like, nope, I'm out of here.
Shout out to Out of Bounds Bat. Paralysks with Cremate. And Poison Touch. This is a serviceable tile with a horrible walkout. Saber Gauntlet. Like, we technically want that. Not even checking the chest. We're out of there. Rubes, I think you are correct. I believe that also means that the slab turns into the bottle, turns into the loot.
Yeah, I think it would have to. So the nice thing is that if, and it should be the floater here in Ice Cave, Bert gets this and he goes and checks the slab and ends up finding the loot through the bottle and stuff, then, he may not have to waste all that time going through that loop of adamant crown TNT.
It would be very nice if this ice cooperated, and it's not going to. Okay, the nuke goes off, but we have to get a solo black mage out of here with the floater. I don't think we have warp. Okay, black mage escapes. Deadpulse getting bracked all over the place. I don't know if he has softs to work with. Okay. Good turn order. BurtReynoldz gets the nuke out before getting damaged poison to the face. He
As you can
might...
see, both of our runners are taking the abnormal strategy of leveling up their black mages.
Blaze slimes that ambush you. Deadpulse promptly noping out of that. I agree. This is a Danny seed, Rubes. It is a Danny seed, and it's the classical Danny seed, right? Like, I talk sometimes about the long con. This ain't it. This is just awful up front.
We got jerk birds, jerk sahags, jerk shrine. Everything is just mean to us in this game.
The only thing that was nice was the loose placement. And level 1 nuke. Alright. Deadpulse recognizes where floaters need to be. So also notable in this seed is we haven't really found a reasonable grind yet. We skipped a few tiles. We'll be fair to the situation here. We didn't see the red D tile from Volcano. We didn't see either of the Earth 4 tiles. Like there's places we have not seen, but it's starting to look a little thin. Okay, so was the Fun Police the Ankylo or the R Ankylo? Anybody know off the top of their head? I mean, either way, I love it. All right, JLo with the hot pour. Thank you. The steak are Tyros, blue steaks are T-Rexes. Because the steak and wings grind is a real thing. Three proving to be enough for Deadpulse to get rid of the jerk birds. And BurtReynoldz picking up the song, which is the loot, thanks to multi-instrumentalist Sarah. Burt is now merely an oxyale away, which he appears to be heading to right now, as that is in Ordeals. Oh, we're checking our desert tile first. Okay. Deadpulse is out with the floater. Has to navigate this horrible river system again. Alright, Deadpulse is airborne, which means we're like about a minute away from being in go mode. We get the check of the, I believe that's the Mud Coal tile of Ordeals, which currently has just zombies, but I gotta say, I respect the check.
And Burt does have fast and warp, so he did pick those up, but I don't think Deadpulse has yet, has he?
Not that I'm aware of. And the other question is, do we have charges for those? Deadpulse's Black Mage is 17. I know that Burt has picked up a couple extra levels on the Black Mage. I don't know what his total level is, because menuing is very fast.
Well, he had enough to cast warp twice at least.
21 now. He was 20 just a moment ago, and so Deadpulse would be very close to having the charges available.
Actually, no, I think he cast it 3 times because he casted it twice to get back to the 4-pillar room, and then he casted it once more after choosing the middle one.
Well, BurtReynoldz officially has hit go mode. Has saved himself the trouble of, what was that, Waterfall for Adamant to... Or no, Waterfall was Saberbonk. Sky to Adamant to Crown to
TNT.
Root Stick. Or to TNT to Root Stick. Yeah. Right, Burt about to find out the terrible news about several of these quadrants of the desert.
The desert definitely has an Inklo infestation.
We have T-bones on the second encounter of bottom left, which is, it's good, but that glance, Seed, please. Like, is there something that we can do to get this off the ground? So, I have brought it up before because, you know, the overworld grinds are a thing that I enjoy. There is one other quadrant that you can use, or one other square for the encounter zones, where you get Sarias and Sandworms in the encounter table. And you don't get blue stakes in there. But it's the north half of that desert on the way to Ordeals. Like, that's kind of where that zone starts. So that's worth checking, potentially. Infrared Soup, that was looking for some way to get this black belt some levels. It's very common to use the desert there to level up a character. It's just not paying off this particular seed. Bird's black belt only 18 right now. Sea snakes with the razzle dazzle. And the glares. Yeah.
Basically, everything in this seed just looks at you and you die.
Pretty much. Like, we're getting down to that point where we start having to ask really unfortunate questions. Like, do we have to go to Marsh Bottom to find a grind worth taking?
it weren't for the fact that slimes are so terrible, I'd say just grind in the first couple floors of Pro.
I mean, yeah, the other thing is checking like Northern River encounters. We saw, spoiler alert, last race, Spellzap versus Luffy DV, we saw a Nacho grind in the river system on the Onrak continent, which nachos are good experience. It's just, you know, again, you got to get yourself to the point of getting it off the ground. Okay. This sea is terrible. We have Brack Wizzahags to deal with us all the way down. Burt is going to check the Sharknado tiles, it looks like. Don't worry, that one on the bottom right comes up in 2 places. We have
Agamas!
Okay, this... We'll see if this is workable. It's not great.
Yeah, because how do you get out of here with just 1 black belt?
It's a real question. Because you could get an off-tile Brack and have that be a real problem. I worry less about the Kraken 1 side of it. I worry a lot more about a rude seafood party pack or an unrunnable pack that, you know, has something. I mean, just those sea snakes were bad enough. Personally, I would love to see the White Mage get swapped up into first slot and then hit one of those Wiz-Sahag, Arsahag packs and get the Brack out onto the White Mage. And then, you know, we'll see where things go from there. But that would be your safe play out of this. Is you get the White Mage stoned, and then you know that you can get out of here. Z-Man, both of the runners are in go mode, and it's time to find a thing to do. Deadpulse has found a blue D here. It is successfully down to just 2 members of a party. And this is the spike tile.
And infrared soup adamant is not necessary. It leads to a chain that just takes you to Roostaff.
Now the Roost Stick is very good. It's an incredible safety item for when we're dealing with the situations that a high-level black belt finds themselves in. But at the same time, it's not technically required. Deadpulse down to just the black belt and is going to continue this blue D grind. And it's time to kill off a black mage. And Bert's up to 6 hits and swinging hard and proud. So that black belt is able to solo this tile, which is good.
You just killed that Agama with the white mage's 1 damage punch.
Heck yeah.
That is some pretty specific damage dealing right there.
It's always a feels bad if you're rooting for the black belt there. Like, we are also committing the white mage to the top 2 slots. Black mage down on Bert's side. Deadpulse up to 28 already. I think Bert's at 22 on the black belt, so this is quite a bit slower. Here is the off-tile encounter of our nightmares. Oh, and the Harm 2 doesn't even take out any of these Arsa Hags. Z-Man, so the grand question of how does the runners get out of here? So Deadpulse is, I think, going to have to stop when he runs out of heals, which is real soon. He only has 15 left. And the probable answer is you just go straight through through Tia. Like you commit to it. Walking back is long. Yep, we are committing. Burt, meanwhile, has to get through the rest of the seafloor and, deal with Kraken. But, if it's really a matter of, like, we need to see this black belt really pick up in order to make that work.
And not run into a Warmack. Deadpulse, avoid all the Warmacks.
That would be crushing if that were the problem.
Three heal pots.
Yep. Which, I mean... Oh, this is a problem. Okay. 3 heal pots is perfectly fine for what was going on there. Alright, double checking our equipment, making sure our ruse stick and our saber bonk are in place. We have a blaze come out. That's not great. Tiamat is swinging at a fully evade capped black belt now. Damage poison. Because we need damage poison everywhere. 8 hits, 1552. Tiamat 1 goes down. Infrared, yes. Bane is quite effective against Tiamat. It's something like, what, 15-16% chance of landing, which is pretty respectable for an instant kill. Alright. Bert's still working on these Agamas. I can respect it. We gotta get levels somewhere, and these are right here. I wouldn't hate it if Burt decided to walk this to Kraken, like, right now, because the White Mage is still up, because you still have charges and all of that. But you know, then when you've dealt with your Kraken fight, to then head over to Desert, kill off the rest of the party, and take those T-Rexes for a little bit. It feels like the safer play. In part just because of how long this is taking. This grind is not fast. Sea Snakes with Fire 3. I don't remember if we saw Fire 3 out of them before, but we've seen plenty of nastiness out of them.
I mean, at this point, I just assume every mob they come across is going to have something that can kill them.
That's fair.
Imps probably have thunder that we didn't see.
That would be an unfortunate incident. Right, Deadpulse rounding the corner to Kraken 1. Evan hits 623, and a nuke for 135. A harm 3 comes out for 83. Kraken's still alive. Black Mage is dead. Temper goes out just in the nick of time. 7 hits for something. Kraken down. We have, in just a few short steps, there we go. Deadpulse has lit all 4 orbs, is fully in go mode. Do we see the level 32-ish dive into Topher with the hopes that it's enough? If I know Deadpulse, which, I mean, sort of, I'm thinking yes. I don't believe we've seen a single ribbon yet, Gannons.
Nope, no ribbons. This is a ribbonless seed.
JLo, you say that, but this is still a Danny seed. Alright, in the 108 and change, we have Deadpulse in the Temple of Fiends Revisited. Gannons, there is a T-Rex, I believe, second encounter bottom left, but it opens with something gross. Yeah, alright. So that spike tile in the loot plate room is a thing.
Sea Shrine Pile of Pain living up to its name once again.
Alright, Bert has decided he is done. Everybody's awake. We're out of reasonable spells, so it's time to fire 3 the things that are underwater. I like how this seafood party platter is also unrunnable, just to, you know, throw it out in your face. Alright, Bert rolling on up to Kraken 1. 32 black belt, 33 white mage. A white mage that can live through a nuke. Oh, baby. I don't know how much of a bearing it will have on things, but I don't think Deadpulse ever picked up fast, and Bert certainly did.
Yeah, when I was, it's gonna be interesting to see how this Topher plays out, because one of the things that Deadpulse told me is that one thing he was worried about is that he said Bert was really good going through Topher with minimal gear, so he was really hoping that Topher was not on the easier side.
'Alright, we have a stoned white mage on Deadpulse's side, which is actually great news. I love it when that happens, just because of the extra safety it brings. .36 on Deadpulse's black belt. Pretty good. Oh no. Uh, that's an encounter I was concerned about.
I mean, I don't want to say it, but it feels like Deadpulse ran into a stone wall right there.
But
Oh, and the slimes with their blaze. Oh, this is just getting painful.
So, it is reasonable to ask, at which point do you decide that this is no longer a topher that you can just do, right? Like, when does it become a topher that requires you to go back out and get gear or more levels? I mean, we know about this tile. Okay, the nuke goes out and just clears out most things. That's good. And the Harm 3 finishes off the rest. Burt picks up the Adamant.
I guess the problem becomes, where do you go to find this gear? You could check all the chests in the deeper parts of Volcano, just kind of out of the way. I don't think either of them check the mermaid chests, so I guess you could go there. That's kind of quick. And then there's like the 6-pack of chests and Ice Cave that neither one checked, that you could go look for ribbons, but your choices are really out of the way at this point.
It's 100% true.
I mean, I guess you could check the carry chests.
So
those are in Topher.
there was a significant amount of Mirage Sky that didn't get checked by either runner. Nobody went to greater than less than. Nobody checked any of Sky 1, which is another 20 chests total just there. Neither checked the Sky 2 chests, which I believe is around 10 as well. We didn't see the 6-pack in Sky. I mean, that's over 30 chests just in Mirage Sky that they skipped out on. I have no reason to believe that you'd ever want to check Earth chests because they're horrible. We have the 6-pack in Ice. I mean, Sky is the dense play. Alright, Deadpulse through carry 2 times 2.
Yes, they did Outcast.
Burt's black belt with the windup and the punch for almost 1,600 on Tia 1.
Followed by 15. Yeah, ooh, man, that is just some hard hitting punches right there.
It's always nice when you're trying to do the wind up and you got 2 tempers and a fast going out, because we have 2 temper axes on Burt's side. But you get 2 tempers and the fast out before the black belt punches, and so you get the full effect. Lovely. We're upgrading our cloth 4s to copper 3s. I like it. Kraken opens with a blaze. Low rolls across the board. So at least we got that going for us on Deadpulse's side. Nuke comes out after an Invis 2. Nuke rolls low. 5 hits, 282. So slightly evasive, slightly absorbent. Just some dodgy paper towels over there. Zap does zap things across the entire party. Oh, geez.
I guess the one bright side going for Burt right now is that I believe his mages are a bit higher level than Deadpulse's, so they have a little bit more chance to survive some of these magic attacks.
Yes. Technically correct, the best kind of correct. Alright, now the runners are holding hands, but Deadpulse has 2 failed dives of information. We get a validation check. There's a house. And a wood stick +2. Okay. Super worth 100% of the time.
I am just a little bit sad that neither runner took the opportunity to equip any thief weapons on their black mage.
You know, it was kind of a foregone conclusion. Deadpulse now checking the validation chests, also finding the disappointment.
We found your Sarias, Saracen.
Always love Sarias. It's Deadpulse's house rule. I think he waives it for actual tournament matches, but Deadpulse has a house rule that he always kills Sarias. Alright. Burt onto the carry floor. Deadpulse hot on the heels. There are no steel chairs with which to hit these bosses, so I don't know what you're by godding about. I guess there was a reference to slobber knockers. It's okay.
Burt casually hitting for almost 1600 again, or 16,000. Yeah, a lot of damage.
Big number.
That is the one benefit that Burt has going into this. He has fast, and Deadpulse has still not picked it up.
Deadpulse is also short one temper axe that Burt has. Deadpulse only has one, Burt has two. That's a big deal. Any Wizzahags in chat. Oh, baby. Ganon's tempting fate for our runners here. Alright. 7 hits, 587 on the first swing from that black belt. Good news so far. Fast goes out just after the nick of time, as does Temper. Zap comes out. Both white mages and the black belt down. Okay. Burt is bounced. Deadpulse now engaging. Kraken punches down a white mage. Here we go again. There goes the zap. Kills the other white mage on Deadpulse's side. So, Deadpulse has two characters in a dream, and unfortunately the characters that are alive, not super great. We're... Alright, Black Belt is fine. He has the Ruse Stick and the Saber Bonk. Perhaps this can be salvaged. Now, the downside is we don't know anything further here. We're just guessing at what's left. hits 198. That's not a great thing to see straight out the gate from Tiamat, but it's better than some things. 2 hits 193. This black belt is dangerously low on hit points. We're getting to drink strats. Fire 3 comes out. Big damage. We're drinking. Tiamat's rubbing. Black belt is punching. Ice 3 comes out, takes out the black mage. Black belt down to 61 hit points. Stop lands on the black belt and punch. That is a wipe for Deadpulse. Burt back to the Lich 2 floor. This is an experience right here.
This is the kind of run you do to test the exact percentages of magic defense versus spells.
Outcast, you're telling me I've been doing comms for about 3.5 hours now, so it's okay. We'll get through this together. You ever see somebody menu in Magic and go like, is he gonna accidentally hit exit instead of the heal 3? That just happened to me. As I was watching Burt menu through the white magic. Alright, the Harm 2 stick takes down Carry 2. Deadpulse running from Saria's in violation of his house rule. I understand. It's late. It's been a long seed, and you have to be afraid of your opponent. Both of these runners very good at the game. Chadbird, that is a heartbreak right there. Thievestown Attic to mirror out. That's... ugh. Alright. We got a Kraken on the Burt side. Deadpulse getting back to the loot plate here. We've got a wall. We've got a zap. We had 2 people live through it. That is 2 more people than we thought we would have lived through it. Blaze comes out doing Blaze things. 6 hits, 341.
I mean, the good thing was it was the best people to have survived.
Yes. Kraken 2 goes down for Burt. There's still a white mage on the table here.
Rock gulls with frost matching the color palette that Burt got from it.
Will, that is why people do your seeds in shifts. Alright, so we're on Tia 2. We have Tempers and Invis 2s going out. We have a Cure 4, because we have low health on this black belt. It's a little baby nuke. 12 hits, 724. Not quite what we're looking for. Down goes White Mage 1. White Mage 2 going to Ruse, because we're a little scared of those punches. I understand.
And Tia 2 down, on to see what Chaos has in store for him.
Big ol' box of screams. Deadpulse looks to be heading off for some supplementary grinding.
Or gear checks.
I'm pretty sure this is... Yep, that's the look of a grind right there. We have unequipped many things. Alright, we have a fast. Chaos comes out with a Lit 2. Test Punch, 14 hits, 555. That might actually be workable. Invis 2 comes out from the White Mage. We get a Lock. We get a Temper Axe. We get another Temper Axe. 13 hits, 812. Fire 2 comes out from Chaos.
Why is Chaos like the least scary thing we faced all seed?
Sometimes it be like that. 14 hits, 1200. Down goes Chaos. BurtReynoldz wins with an official racetime.gg time of 1 hour, 29 minutes, 55 seconds. GG's in chat for Burt, who has said no interview because there's no mic on his current computer. Meanwhile, Deadpulse has opted to forfeit. I completely get it because this seed is a thing. We'll see if Deadpulse wants to join us in the booth here, as invites should be going out to our runners. And he is coming into the setup room. So we'll have Deadpulse in the booth with us here. Burt is in chat. Burt, the answer is something like 4 failed dives. Well, no, it was 2 failed dives earlier. First entry at 108.30. And we are joined in the booth by Deadpulse. GG Deadpulse.
Oh,
How
hey.
you feeling about that?
Oh, sometimes things don't go your way.
Yeah, repeatedly via Zap, it seemed.
It was
I think,
nothing really went my way that seed. I'm not gonna lie.
yeah, that moment when you must have realized the floater was in ice was, I think that's probably the moment where you're like, really? You gotta do this to me, Seed?
Well, it was really the loose canoe that threw me off. So I'm like, oh, cool. I'll just go. I'll go take out Lich, and then I'll go get the canoe from Sky. And nope, it was a ruse stick. What?
At least the adamant in Sky was the clue of where you needed to go, right?
Well, there pretty much wasn't anywhere left.
Hey, there are a couple other key locks. So the grind situation. You went Blue D's. Burt found the Agamas on Sharknado floor. It looked like the grind was just a better selection for you overall. You both ended up around 32-ish. But you ran out of heal potions. Is that pretty much where you were like, well, I'm going to draw the line here. I'm going to get out and move on?
Yeah, it was. The choice was to either walk myself out, come back, and at that point it was like, you know what, 32 might be enough. 45 minutes later.
Certainly felt that way, but amazingly only 22 minutes of Topher there, which that's a lot of Topher.
Yeah, that's not bad. It's not a world record by any means. But honestly, had Tia 2 not hit me with that trance or whatever that was, probably would have been able to punch my way through.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Burt saying that was the most suicidal grind he's ever done. I agree. That is one of the worst places to grind in this entire game. But it worked out. So
Hey, I went for that grind too. I just didn't find it.
So do we have a game 3 on the books just yet?
I believe we're currently thinking Saturday morning, but I'll have to talk to Bert about that.
Saturday morning? Oh, geez. Well, we shall see. I'm always happy to see good competitive matches. We see that Danny is truly the master of rolling heinous seeds. She had originally asked if I would roll the room and everything, but I decided I was going to calm 2 matches in a row, so that's where I'm at right now.
Yeah, you've definitely put in your work today, so thanks.
Deadpulse, do you have any good advice for the viewers and potential racers when you get a seed where everything just looks at you and wants to kill you?
Yeah, just shake it off. I mean, sometimes you're going to hit these seeds like this one where it just seems nothing's going right and you're being hit by things. I got turn ordered a couple of times and there's really, nothing you can do about that. So just, wish your opponent a good game for beating that grind and try to get him the next time.
Heck yeah, take the Taylor Swift advice. That's the great advice to have right there. Bert saying probably top 10 of the worst seeds of this tournament so far. Maybe even top 5. We're definitely on the high end of terribleness here.
Well, that's a challenge out there. So let's say, can we get somebody to both wipe on seafloor by having everyone get bracked, and then wipe on earth floor to nuke, and then wipe to the trap tile?
And don't forget, didn't you have a full party zap hit?
Yes, I did.
So
that was fun. I don't know. I feel like 35 is pretty high for the black belt, and Zap probably shouldn't have hit. But who am I? I didn't write the rules.
There's always 3 and 256, and sometimes you just find it. I did appreciate the adjustment you were doing right as the end of the seed came up, with how rough that Topher was. You're going to go and find the grind again, which I don't know if you were going to head back to the Blue Ds or check, but there was a very, very rude blue stake on the second encounter bottom left.
No, at that point, I had enough of Topher. I'm like, if Bert hasn't finished, then something is obviously wrong. And I'm just going to go to 50 and say, you know what? This is what we're doing. If I can't get through it at 50, then, just hope Bert finishes.
Solar, do you have any other questions for our runners here?
No, I don't think so. It was a great game to watch. I would not have wanted to play it myself, but kudos to you guys for sticking it out.
I joke sometimes that I'm always about 15 minutes behind Deadpulse. I think I would have been a little bit further behind on this one, but we'll leave that one for speculation, because I am happy to say that I did not do this one. So we'll go ahead, hit up some final thoughts. Deadpulse, what you got for us?
Thank you, everyone, for sticking around. I know this kind of put it to a late night. I know it's already like 2 hours past my bedtime. But, hey, you should join the Discord, because guess what? The Duckling Boot Camp is starting this Sunday. You should come hang out with us. Maybe learn a little bit, maybe compete a little bit. It's going to be fun. Details are somewhere.
Yes, details are in the Discord, which you can get to by going to FinalFantasyRandomizer.com and clicking the Join the Discord link at the very bottom of the page. Also, we have a link in chat. Thank you, JLo. Bert saying Brack on the Medusa script. That seems pretty likely. There was a lot of Bracken happening. Solar, final thoughts?
It was a great race. Kudos to both you runners. I think the best thing Bert had going for him was some accidental high-level gains on his mages, which I think may have helped him survive a couple of nasty magic checks at the end there, but it was really close, and I was really happy to see you guys both basically enter Topher at the same time at one point, so it made for a really thrilling race, and I was very happy to commentate for you guys, and hope when you run it back, you'll enjoy the commentary as well.
All right, well, with that, we are going to wrap up here. Give Speed Gaming back the channel. I know it is midnight my time, 1 a.m. Eastern, as far as the Speed Gaming folks are concerned. But thank you, chat, for joining us here. Thank you to both Deadpulse and BurtReynoldz for putting on a fabulous race. Looking forward to Game 3 Saturday morning. So, as I mentioned before, FinalFantasyRandomizer.com. Join the Discord. We've got the Duckling Boot Camp starting up Sunday, which is always a great time. Deadpulse helping the new people learn the game, it's always a great time. I love every Duck Boot Camp that we have going on. With the Derby at the end, we get a little tournament just for the new players so that they can get out into the competitive space in a friendly environment where you're not facing up against people who've been playing the rando for several years. We get a lot of new people in every class, and it is a great time. Also coming up in June, the 17th, 18th, and 19th will be the first Final Fantasy Randomizer Marathon benefiting the Liam Foundation. Go ahead, check out the marathon channels in the Discord. You can sign up to submit a run. We are accepting all sorts of randomizers, not just Final Fantasy Randomizer, and we are going to be having several different special events, including an archipelago exhibition that I believe is going to be like a full overnight. So definitely come in, join for that. With that, though, I have been Saracen, Solar Axis in the booth with me on comms, JLo7, our tracker. And chat, you have been fabulous. Thank you so much, and have an excellent night.